Hello my crafty friends, Corrine here from Corrine Crafts. It is the first Monday of November, so it is time for my November colour challenge. Here are my beautiful colours: red, orange, peachy neutral colour, and then 2 blues. And I would love to see what you can create using these colours. I'm going to do a project now to show you, maybe a little bit different, but hopefully you will enjoy it. You'll enjoy the process, but I would love to see what you can do. Don't forget to share your makes on my Facebook page. So I'm going to bring in my finished card. Here is my card. As you can see, it is a perfect match for those colours. I've made it maybe a little bit grungy with you bringing in the black, but I am absolutely loving it. Really, really modern, a really beautiful take on the colours. And as I explained to you, it's a very thrifty card as well, so it hits other criteria that I do. So that's my card, and I'm going to show you now how I made it. So when I do my monthly colour challenges, my challenge to myself is not only to try and find a colour palette that I've maybe not used before, but also to try and create a project that is different to anything that I've used before on my colour challenges. And I think I've hopefully hit that criteria today. So this is my colour palette. I really, really love this. You can see it feels quite autumnal, but with a sort of the type of autumnal days that you'd like. So we've got this gorgeous red, maybe got a little bit of orange in the red. We've got a lovely burnt orange. We've got a fleshy peach, and then we've got 2 blues, quite a turquoisey blue and a much more sort of sky blue, but I love that. I mean, and look at the picture, that's how it's represented. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? The leaves turning, the beautiful sky. This is my colour palette for today. So for anybody that doesn't know, every month I set off on the first Monday of the month, and that's today, my monthly colour challenge. And like I said, these are the colours today. I will make a project today, and obviously it'll go live on YouTube. I'll also put a post on my Facebook page, and what you do is use these colours or an approximation of these colours, and you create your own project, the same as mine, different to mine, it's entirely up to you, but in any medium you like. Mine today is going to be all about doing it with paper, but you might want to do it with inks, you might want to do it with pens, you might want to do it with fabric, you might want to do it with a different type of paper, you might want to do it with gilding paste, glitter paste, or anything that you want. Anything that you think represents these 5 colours, red, orange, sort of a blush skin colour, and the 2 blues, then that goes. And please remember, this is a really, really kind space. Everything goes. We're not out to critique. We are just out to have fun and enjoy our crafts, and hopefully use things that you have already got, things that are in your craft stash that maybe aren't getting the love that they should. So put that to one side. I'm just going to let's put it to that side so that you can still see it. And the other thing I love to do is to try to use up scraps of cards. You know, I do my Thrifty Thursday cards. Well, I don't think I could have been more thrifty today. These were just some strips of card. Don't worry about that. I started trying it with some larger flowers and they didn't work. They were too big. So these are my colours. These are the colours that I'm going to be using. So if I put them here, look at this, the red, the orange, this peachy colour. Then I've got the 2 blues. That one is the darker one, and this linen paper or rice paper type thing is my paler one. I think I've hit those colours really, really well, and all of these were got from my scrap box, so I am really, really happy with this, that's what we're going to do. Now you can see the shape we're going to be using. So I have got a couple of dies. They are very, very old Fleurs dies. They are very old, and I can't even show you the card because they were just literally in the bottom of one of my bags of flower dies. And I've picked this lovely 6-petal flower, and there were some centres as well. I don't know if this is necessarily the centre that goes with this one, but I really like it, so that's the one I'm going to use. And you can see what I was doing, not that, because I found I needed to cut that on its own, but I was cutting these in pairs of colour, so blue and peach maybe, and then the orange and the red together. So you can see I always cut these in the pairs, and it just worked really, really well. And because they were scraps, I was able to use my hand die cutting machine as well. Now I've got a couple here. I cut out 2 of each colour so that I had 10. I've just got 4 of them here just to show you. This is what we're going to do. So as per usual, you can be using them totally flat if you want to. I don't tend to use my flowers flat at all. So I'm going to put them on the mat. Have I got all my centres there? See, they're still tucked together. Oh, top tip. If when you're cutting and you cut 2 layers together, can you see this is orange and red and they stick together? Get your ball tool. As soon as you start to shape them, the 2 colours part, look, these 2 are stuck together. Give them a little bit of shape. Look, I can see them separating straight away. So yeah, top tip, if ever you've die cut more than 1 layer at once and it's not separating, then just go for it with a ball tool. Right, this is the smallest ball tool that I have. It's a really old one. It's an old one from Fleurs. It was a set they did that they never brought back, despite a lot of requests. This is the smallest ball tool on this set, which is still bigger than these 2. Look, and these are really, really small. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come along here. Oh, actually, that one's a little bit smaller. Along here. And you can be getting your ball tools from anywhere. You might think that some of the ones that are being marketed as crafting ball tools are a bit pricey. Have a look round. You might find that cake decorating ones are cheaper, or even industrial ones, because I was actually once looking at quite an industrial set which had some ball tools in. So yeah, find them wherever you can. Now, as I said, use whatever medium works for you. We're doing this in paper and I think it just works really, really well. So what I'm doing is I've shaped it a bit. I'm just going over those bits. I tend to do this and just reinforce them. These are all about a 240 GSM, so they shape really nice. So you can see on here now I've got my still small but larger flowers and my smaller flowers all shaped. So I'm going to bring in my really sophisticated inking station and I'm just going to pop these into here. So let me have a think. So those could be blues. No, I'm going to do those with reds, those with blues. Right, okay, don't want to ink those. So I have, just from my prep, I've just stamped a little bit of ink onto a stamping mat. So I've got parakeet and Chinese red. What I'm going to do is I had a sparkle pen. This is a nice new sparkle pen, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of sparkle. Actually, I might just put it there, on there. And when I was doing this, I found that this sparkle pen had run out, so I've marked it with a white pen. So this one is totally empty. I've taken off the, oh, there we go. I've taken off the barrel. There is nothing coming out of this one. So I'm just going to use this as a brush because then I don't mind it getting mucky. So I'm going to pick up the blue, the sparkle. I'm going to put that on there. Then I'm going to come over this one and I'm just going to do a little bit of tapping. I'm going to quickly get a cloth or something just to wipe over the edge because remember there's nothing left in here. I'm going to pick up that, pick up there, just make sure it's wet, and then I'm just going to go over there like that. I just wanted to break up. If you wanted to mix the colours, you could. It would work really well. So I'm just going to mark that. I'm going to keep this in my craft bag. It's marked with white pen on there. I know it's empty. That's my code for myself, that it's empty, and I know it's going to it will work really well just as like a water brush type thing. So once I've got those, I'm going to take them out of there. Those will dry in minutes, and then all I would do is bring these into here, and then I can get my precision glue press. I can put the smallest little bit of glue in each centre of each one. I love it that when you're all writing to me and telling me that on my recommendations you've got the glue press, honestly you won't regret it at all. It is an amazing piece of kit. So right now what I need to do is think this through. I want to just make sure that I mix and match the colours. So I'm going to go that on there, making sure that I don't just do like, so that's blue and peach. I don't want to do peach and blue. So that one's going to have to go on there, and that one's going to have to go on there. So I've made completely different colour combinations. I've not repeated the colours at all. So I've got those, and then I just need to get the rest of them as well that I've got. So I'm just going to move those ones out of the way. Otherwise, I'm going to come to put my card together, and I'm going to have too many because I've actually made 8 here. There we go. So what we've got here is we've got... oh, yeah, those are the pale blue. So I've got 2 of the dark blue, 2 of the pale blue, 2 of the orange, 2 of the blush, and 2 of the red. So I'm going to get a piece of card. If I had time in advance, I might do some splatting on the back. Oh, I'll tell you what I did decide I was going to quickly do. I was just going to put a faux border around. I've already put some foam tape on, so I'm going to have to be careful doing this. But I think I should be able to do it. Remember, whenever I tell you, whenever you do these faux borders, you either need to be perfectly straight or deliberately not straight. It's entirely up to you, but just you need to be one or the other. That wasn't the easiest time I've ever done it with it having the foam tape on the back, but as long as I don't press too hard, it's actually not too bad having the foam tape on the back. If I'd have thought it through, I'd have put that on before I put the foam tape on, but never mind. Never mind. So just go quickly and draw a faux border around. I just like doing this. It's just a technique I like doing. So I'm going to put this in. I'm just going to put a couple of little crosses on here. It's just something I like to do. Okay, so once I've done that, I am going to put this onto my card base. So this is a piece of white card, and I've forgotten the size of it completely. It is 4 inches by 7 inches. There you go. So it's not what we call DL, because DL is double length. So if I'd got the 4 inches, I'd have to have 8 inches there, or if the fact that it's 7 inches there, that could only be 3.5 if it was to be a true DL, and it's not. So I have just gone up in small increments, and I've got my black, and then I'm going in with my red. So yeah, so I hope you're all going to have a go at doing this, and I hope you like the colour palette. And yeah, it's really, really exciting. I shall pick the winner very shortly because I have been a bit lax. Last month I was poorly and then it just got forgotten, and I apologise. But this month I will be picking, October's nice and quickly. So you can see from here, I've gone up. I know black's not in the colour palette, but you'll see why I wanted to put some black on in a minute. It's just to tie everything together. So that's gone on there. So I've got black, red, and then I'm going to put my top piece on as well. So we can put this on. There we go. So I'm using my Sticks to foam tape. It's that large roll you see me use all the time. It's just a 2mm wide foam tape, which I absolutely love. And I always just put a little bit of wet glue on to give me a little bit of wiggle room. You might have like a glue stick or whatever. I know lots of people use that, so that helps as well. So it means it's like there when it's stuck, you can put that on there like that. There we go. So that is my card base. So it's tenfold as always. Now I have stamped out birthday and cut out happy because I wanted it in 2 different sort of formats. So I've got it in paper and I've got it in stamped. So I'm putting those there just to help me with the next bit, so you can still see that. So I'm going to lay this down and show you. So I'm going to get first one I've just picked up. I'm going to put one just there. Then I'm going to get 2 colours, and I'm going to go, one's going to go there and one's going to go there. I don't want them equal. And what shall I do next? I think I should do red next. There we go. I can do red. And then I'm going to do my blue again. Come down here. Then I'm going to do red. Then I'm going to do my 2 colours. And then I'm going to do my final one. There we go. Right. So now I've got it on. They're not spaced at all properly, are they? So what I'm going to do is now space them a little bit better. So I can pop that one there. It's about as straight as a dog's hind leg, this as well. So that one would then come across here with this one coming down. Let's come down a little bit. This one here, that one's going to go up there. Then I can come here. Where am I now? So I've gone up, so I need to come down. And I'm still not spaced quite right. Does that look quite fairly spaced? I think it does. It looks better, doesn't it? Okay, so now I can glue them down. I'm going, if I could get my words out, I'm going to glue them down with a little bit of 3D glue. I've got another syringe ready as well. So let's put the first one on. And I'm doing it this way. Not with that one, I'm not. I'll use my new syringe full because I know that one's working. I'm doing it this way because it gives me that little bit of wiggle room. Now, I know I'm going against all of my advice, but I am not going to be doing foliage on this just because it's sort of supposed to be more of a modern look. Let's put that one there. I'm just going to come in with this one here. I don't want them to be perfect, but I do want them to be fairly well spaced. So if I do that, I know that's good. So let's just move these ones out of the way. Let's go down to this one next. I do this when I'm doing sentiments and things like that. I often will start at either end and work in. You know, if you're spelling out a word, so like you were writing out friend in cut out letters or a couple of words, you would start at either end and put them on. That one's on, that one isn't. So you'd start a little bit from either side and work into the middle because then you know it's all going to fit. So that's going like that. What did I do next? I can't remember. I went red next. Red's going to go up here. Then I'm going to go... What did I do next? It was one red, that's right. Two blues. And that one's going to come up here. And I'm sorry if you can hear fireworks outside. We're trying to keep the dog calm. She has been absolutely petrified this year of the fireworks. We're not having a good time with her, bless her. She is so scared. She's never liked fireworks, but she's never been as bad as she is this year. So, yeah, you might be able to hear music, because that's what we're doing to try and drown them out. Or you might be able to hear the fireworks, and I apologise for both. Right, so that's going up to there. That one's come down to here. That one's joined to that one. That's joined to that. There we go. That should be joined to that. So you should be able to see a rough sort of chain. So it should go that way, that way. Yeah, there we go. That's absolutely gorgeous. Right, I'm going to lift that off. Now, if I had lots of time and I wasn't doing this as a video, what I would have done, as I said, I would have done, even got to this point without sticking it down onto the card, which I couldn't do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a box here. And what I did was, before I stuck that down, you can see on here, pencil mark. Can you see the pencil mark? I drew around that top layer. So what I want to do is I want to just pop my card, and then I just cut it out with my trimmer a little bit smaller. So what I'm doing is I'm actually protecting roughly my card base. So I don't want, I'm going to do some splatting, but I don't want it to go on the reds and the blacks. I just want to keep it there. That's just me creating a mask so that I could do some splats out in the wrong order. That was all it was. Okay, I need that platform, that stamping, oh there it is, that stamping block. So let me just get rid of that off there, because I need to put some black onto here. There we go. Right, so I'm going to get this and I'm going to put a bit of black on. Now that's not going to splat, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray it with a bit of water. Or you could actually use, I could use my sparkle brush pen, couldn't I? So then I want it to go over the flowers as well, so that's why I stuck those on first. I definitely wanted it over the flowers. So this actually goes quite opaque as it hits. It sort of goes a little bit grey because I've added water to the black. Where's it? There we go. Right, so what I'm also going to do is I can actually use that. I've got my fabric spray paint. Now I'm not going to spray it because I get too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to give a little bit of a tap, and this will give me much more blobby ones, but it's a fabric paint. It sticks to fabric paint. Oops, come on, it's going everywhere but where I want it. But it does take a bit longer to dry. I want some to go on the flowers. I wanted it to, that's it, there's a few bits on there. And this is going to look great because I have put the mask around, so it'll keep it lovely and clean. So there we go. So that's going to look that. Now what you would normally do is leave that to dry. Obviously I could stop the film and I could let that dry, but there you go, look at that. So that has kept it right on, it's gone right to the edge, but it's not made my card base mucky. I just wanted to think of a way. So what I'm going to do is bring back my happy and birthday. Let's if we put birthday, let's get the bit of glue on the back of my happy. Again, precision glue press works perfectly for this. There we go. And then I can put, so now you can see why I wanted the black matte layer. I've got a big bit of fabric paint under there, so I hope it's going to stick. I think it is. There we go, happy. And then I've just put some foam pads under here, maybe a bit higher than I perhaps should have done, but never mind. Put a little bit, and I wanted that to stay clean. So let's go happy birthday on there, making sure that's straight. And the final little bit I'm going to do is I've got a couple, I know I've put the black splats on, but I'm just going to put a couple, oh I know there's one more thing I want to do as well. Put those on like that. I can put a couple more on here. That's going to work really well. And then I'm going to put one up there. And then the very final thing I'm going to do is I've got my pin flare pearl wand. I just need a little scrap of paper. I'm just diving into my bin because I always like to just test it to get my sort of eye in. There we go. And I'm just going to put one blob in the centre, tiny little dot in the centre of there, just like that. There we go. Just, there we go. You could do that in the colours that you wanted, but that, a little bit different, quite a modern take. That's my first project for my, what month are we? November. Oh, that's scary. Colour challenge. There we go. Those are my colours. It is a little bit sort of darker because of the blacks and the inks, but you can see I have clearly met the red, orange, natural sort of peach and the two blues. And as I said, what makes it even better is I've been able to do it all with scraps as well. So there we are. That is the first of the October cards. So as I said, please don't forget to have a go yourself. You might want to do something completely different. You might want to do some colouring, some inking, you know, painting, whatever you wanted, or you know, represent it with fabric. It's entirely up to you. I don't mind. It's just roughly follow that colours. So there we are. That's today's project. So thank you for watching. And don't forget, there will be a post, and I will link to the post in the description down here over on Facebook, so that you can put your entries on too. Please don't forget to click on the links, and please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps because there'll be lots and lots of inspiration coming through. As always, I will put a link up here to the subscribe. So until next time, happy crafting, my friends, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye for now.